wakes up, but we need those views. So let's go.
Okay.
Oh yeah, my father-in-law's on the phone with a Shaolin monk right now, trying to get that good old education. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, what you doing today?
Everything seems so need some more light. Need
So
some
y'all
light for
busy or y'all
inspiration.
not busy?
Alright, let's see if that's better. It's much better. How y'all? Oh, hey, Louis Fresh was good, man. Good to see you. Oh, sorry, my alarms went off, y'all. Hey, Louis Fresh, I hope
Okay.
that your training, man. Look, hey, I'm going live on Instagram too. You feel me? So I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
just
You know
want
what
to
I'm
talk to y'all
saying?
real quick. I'm about to record some new YouTube videos and stuff today, so try to be
Yeah.
quiet.
So okay, so y'all still going to the
Please sleep.
office for meeting or don't meeting?
All right, man. Here we go. Yeah.
No Friday meeting?
Louis Cologne. Dang, I'm not about to get on here and lift weights with y'all, but hey, Louis Fresh, when you get a chance, man, get
So
back to
what,
street
everybody
videos. I
eat
know it's
from
a few
home?
hours away, but it's some of the best training you're gonna get, like best real life training you're gonna get. So, or martial arts training you're gonna get if you're doing MMA fights and stuff. So, get in there. That hard sparring stuff is almost
Who in the
laughable.
office?
Put my
Tariq work from
jersey
home
on.
too?
How does this one look
Rain took off?
That looks better. Where's the shadow coming from? With the hat? Oh.
Yo, mom.
Alright, Louis.
Okay, man, y'all be safe out there, man.
Got the morning coffee.
Yeah, I know, man. I know, man.
Ooh. Chantilly. Oh.
That because you drink the tea from Shaolin every morning. They say drink hot tea, green tea, lemon and lime with baking soda. They say with a teaspoon of baking soda
Alright, y'all.
every day.
I'm getting to it. Yeah, it is. It definitely is some of the best training you're gonna get, bro. Like
baking soda cleans the body.
I got so good
You
these
know.
6 months, and the training that I went when I did my martial arts classes,
Yeah.
it helped, but like you're not gonna know how good you are of a martial artist until you really have a challenge that you have to rise to. You feel me? That's gonna test you to your core. So yeah, man, get in the street. I appreciate them, bro. I didn't mean to punch Scarface in the face like that. Nigga was getting on my nerves, man.
Yeah, man.
He kept acting like I was a sucker or something, like I couldn't fight or something. I was like, bro. Man, as a matter of fact, I'm about to make a video going on James Pulver too, honestly, on my YouTube. Y'all check that joint out today. Literally, if you're not already subscribed, please go on my YouTube today. I made a video last night about meditation, about how that helps with martial arts and everything. But yeah, man. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna go on James Pulver because I think he blocked me on Instagram. And for some reason, I think he also like blocked me on Twitch or something because I can't like comment on his Twitch or whatever. So I guess him and Face must have talked, and he must be all up Face's butthole, being upset about the fact that I punched him in the face and shit. But nigga, like first and foremost, you would have punched me in the face too, and secondly, bro, I never thought James Pulver was like one of the I never thought Jens Pulver was one of the people who like. First of all, I didn't even know who the fuck this dude was until they started mentioning that somebody was from the UFC and going to be there, and I was like, okay, cool. And then they were like it's Jens Pulver and shit. I was like, okay, cool. Nigga, just cause you're original don't mean you're the best, bro. You feel me? Just cause you're the original don't mean you're the best. So don't fucking keep acting like you feel me? Like not to say that he's not a tough man, not that he can't, whoop somebody if they need to, if he needs to, but don't sit there and act like you counted me out after the Italian Tyson fight, and I came back and won two more fights that night, and then continued to fight, and everybody I fought was bigger than me, and I felt that you would have like I'm talking about James Pulver right now, Chris, because I know Chris is on here. Chris, could you leave a comment below so that they can find out Chris Simpson, so you guys can go check out his fights. But yeah, man, James Povich tried to count me out after that Tyson fight and shit. And then, you know, what, 2 events later, he's cornering me. So I'm like, dude, don't ever try to fucking play me. Don't ever try to count me out, bro, because that's just gonna make me work twice as hard to make sure I prove you wrong, bro. And that shit really annoyed me. That shit annoyed the shit out of me, bro. And then this nigga always choosing the fucking losing team. He always like, oh yeah, I'm going for, like, Diaz, and he went for Diaz when he was fighting Masvidal and stuff. And Diaz was getting whooped on, but he was getting straight punished through the whole fight. Now he might have been able to bring it back. We don't know because you know the doctor stopped it and all. But man, yeah. And I thought I didn't. I was hoping that's not how it was gonna go, but I could kind of see it because Masvidal is a power puncher and a power striker, and Diaz's jiu-jitsu is really good, but he's so lanky that it's hard for him to really like utilize it in the way that he needs to. So, and then he always doing that Stockton slap shit. Like, bro, you not slapping me in a fight, bro, with your even with your hands closed. That's weird. You might as well. But anyways, yeah, man. And what's I about to say? Striking Viking was telling him I was talking shit, bro, because that nigga really, real life fucking blocked me on Instagram, try to fucking count me out the game, bro. When I was doing more fights than any of these motherfuckers done in a year and half a year, bro. I done more fights than these dudes doing 2 years and a half a year. Tired. Who's on this live over here? Y'all on Instagram too. Say hi to Facebook, Instagram. Instagram, say hi to Facebook. Facebook, say hi to Instagram. I'm actually recording on my wife's Instagram right now because I'm trying to get my old woes to look at this junk so they can follow me and keep up to date. Man, you know what's crazy though is that I actually try to employ mostly women, if not strictly women, at least mostly women in my company because 80% of the market is like controlled by women. Like the products that are bought by women. I believe that a lot of the yeah, so would I. But goddamn, Nate should be a lot better than that by now. As many fights as he had, but then you know, Nate is still one of the best though. I can't say that he's not. I just thought he have won more fights. You feel me? Than he had because of like how he fights, his experience, and everything. It's just that Stockton slap, bro, be making him lose them fights, bro. He got to get that joint up. He got to stop slapping people with his closed hands. That does not work. I mean, I get that he's trying to bait them into his cross, but still, like, um, oh snap. Oh, all right. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I try to employ mostly females and stuff because the market is controlled by women. Like it's like 80% of women that buy products, and then it's becoming increasingly more that amount of women that sell products. Even though a lot of guys do them, but I'm pretty sure most people are more well, at least men are more willing to buy products from women. Um, in some cases, women are as well, but you know, I guess it could be vice versa as far as women wanting to buy products from men. But I market to men, honestly, that my products are meant for men. Um, and so I try to employ women, but all my employees keep getting pregnant, bruh. So y'all need to go ahead and realize that first of all, our economy cannot sustain all these children that y'all keep bringing into the world, and secondly, uh, well, that's all. That's it. Oh, and secondly, y'all affected my the numbers in my account. No, my primary demographic is not women. My primary demographic actually for like people buying products is men. Now for my audience is women. Yes, I would like it to be even 50-50, that's fine. But for people buying products, it's definitely men. Hey, shout out to my lawyer Stephen Burnwald. I'm gonna type his name right here. Make sure y'all in DC and y'all come by anything that y'all need. That y'all what's the name? As far as legality, make sure y'all go check him out. Stephen Burnwald, man. Definitely lawyer of the century right here, man. That's the last lawyer actually that I had, and the only two lawyers that I've had for my most recent like adult cases or whatever, I've stayed friends with them. So I got one in DC. That's my one in DC, and I have one out in Fairfax, and her name is what's her name? Anna Dvorchik. Anna Dvorchik. Make sure y'all check her out. Um, But yeah, Striking Viking, I appreciate you being here, man. I actually want to see you get back in the ring and everything. I saw your sparring videos yesterday. That was interesting. Interesting. Your grappling was really good. Like your takedown was good. I like the fact that when you did the takedown, you didn't like throw the guy. I mean, you took him down, but then you kept your hold on him, and you transferred to mount and everything. Because usually what I would do, maybe even before that, what I would have done before watching that video, I think, and I was already thinking about, all right, when you grapple, you need to keep a hold of your opponent instead of like throwing them to the ground and letting them go. You might need to go down with them because you'll lose control by letting them go. Um, and an advantage to not letting them go is that you actually like land on top of them, so that's added repercussions, I suppose. Um, but yeah, so that kind of solidified that as me needing to add that to my practice when I do my tosses. Because usually in the past, what I would have done was just throwing them and throwing them across and stuff like that. But then he'd have that time to really like recollect himself and maybe change the position, even if it's like just by a fraction of an inch or a second. Oh yeah, bet. Under his peg. You tell me this got a peg leg? I'm about to go live on my channel because I went live with my wife's on Instagram because I thought my employees were gonna tune in, but they busy. They got kids, so I'm about to go live on mine. All right. Yeah, man. One of my constituents. She's on her third kid. She's like 24, 25, and then my other one. She's on her second kid. She's 20, man, and they're so busy, like that they're willing to help, but they're just so busy that it's hard to find the time. And actually, I chose those two people for specific reasons. One, because she has the same birthday as my wife, and I like working with Pisces because they're really like intuitive. And the other one, her birthday is February 1st as well. My birthday's in February. My wife's birthday is in February, and she's an Aquarius, and I thought that was interesting. And she's a really like ephemeral, etheric, spiritual woman. I've never seen her mention anything about church or pick up a Bible, but she got a good vibration about her. All right, so let me see. Let me go live on here. Hey, yo, have y'all been seeing Tory Lanez live? I don't want to talk about that too much, but that jump is hilarious. All right, I'm going live on Instagram, y'all. And then I'm actually going to record a video later. If you guys want to check it out, I want to record a video talking about DRUGZ shrugs. Because I think a lot of people, especially like now what's going on with the economy, are going to be wondering, what all the, whatever's going around and everything, and all that. People are going to be wondering, like, how safe are these things? And some people who haven't taken them are kind of going to, some of them are going to, need to take them, I think. And I want to kind of like, tell people what my experience has been with Advil all the way up to, the more hardcore stuff, like, stuff that has to do with dreaming and interdimensional travel and stuff like that. So I just want to let you guys know what my experience has been and what you can or should expect, yeah. And just give you guys some information on, so you can make an informed decision before you get yourself into something like that. Especially because like when I was early into my research with meditation and stuff, I was actually doing like a lot of research before I put anything in my body. And some people don't have that privilege, so hopefully, and also because I used to go on Arrowhead. Arrowhead has all the information on like the interactions and dosages and all that kind of stuff, and it can be hard to like find all that stuff all over the internet, and I just want to put it in one place. But yeah, Striking Viking. Hey, man, I wish I could put you on this live. Yo. Who that is? What's good, y'all? Good morning. You got the cafe. Oh, as a matter of fact, let's start now. Let's start with coffee. Yeah, I know some people don't drink coffee, and what's funny? A drug is actually defined as a manufactured human-made substance that is derived usually from nature, or synthesized, which everything must come from nature because I don't see how anything could be, invented on the earth that hasn't already been here in the first place. Um, so coffee's interesting. Um, and when I talk about these things, also you guys want to keep. I want you guys to keep in mind that some of these, that usually I put these substances into two categories, and this determines when I will take them, if I will take them at all. So I think of them as inflammatory and inflammatory as far as like how these things work. So um, so yeah, so basically, coffee is inflammatory drug, and what it does is it kind of like it wakes you up, and just the activity will make your cells usually like either rub against each other or vibrate at a higher frequency, let's say, and so when you drink coffee, sometimes your body will get swollen for a little period of time, but it's also a diuretic, so you will end up using the restroom, probably because of utilizing it. So I might have to take an Advil later, depending on like how, because I have some things going on with my body that I can't have like inflammation right now. But yeah, coffee is a pretty good one to start with. If you choose to partake, it can be just as strong as anything else. You can overdose. I think people hot green. Oh yeah, I should be. Yeah, I actually should be drinking green tea, bro. I forgot that it has caffeine in it. I didn't forget, but I just haven't drank green tea in a while. This coffee's getting me where I'm trying to be at. And also, I like to step it up too. I try to do like the most hardcore thing I can possibly do every day to like go leaps and bounds from where I am, instead of like taking like little steps and little steps. I try to like boom. I try to. There's this phrase that this billionaire uses. His name is Dan Payne. You guys should go check him out. He's a total. Hothead, but he's really interested. He is a billionaire, a multi-billionaire by his own admission, at least. Um, but yeah, green tea is definitely something I need to start partaking in again. I used to drink green tea all the time, bro. I didn't even used to drink coffee. I don't know what started happening in the past like year or so. Actually, I know what happened in the past year, but yeah, I've been drinking coffee recently. But anyways, the phrase that the billionaires use is called quantum leap. So I've been trying to quantum leap every day, bro. Alright, who's Bubbles Ray? Let me see if I can invite you on the live, yo. Let me see if I can invite you on the live. Or as a matter of fact, can you request to be on the live? Striking Viking. I'm about to start inviting people in here, yo. But yeah, I'm about to go. Oh man, we about to go in, bro. We about to go in. I'm about to talk to y'all about all the chemicals that I have gone through to test and see how far my consciousness can stretch, and how if I can alter it in a way that will make me godlike and or superior to my present self. I mean my previous self. Excuse me. So yeah, so boom, coffee. Let's start with coffee, Advil, opiates, anti-inflammatory, fantastic. Just don't do too much, because you might go to sleep and not wake up, because that's how people have been dying from that. For all you youngins out there who follow Juice WRLD and stuff, and y'all don't know what's going on. Yeah, opiates don't necessarily make you like like I said, I put it into anti-inflammatory and inflammatory drugs, and that's a super anti-inflammatory. Whereas the coca plant and stuff like that is inflammatory. So if you do too much of that, and let's say overdose, and overdose doesn't necessarily mean you'll die. It just means you've gone over the recommended dose. So if you overdose from coca, then you're probably gonna have a heart attack. If you overdose from what's the name? Oh, if you overdose from an opiate, then you're just gonna go to sleep. You're gonna go to sleep. You're not gonna wake up. That's a peaceful death, but I wouldn't recommend it. Not before your time. What's my diet? Do you ever deal with dissociation? Champion, can you when doing what exactly? So somebody asked me on IG Live, do I ever deal with the disassociation when doing that? And I'm trying to figure out exactly what he's asking. But also my diet it changes depending on like what I'm working on right now. I've been eating like 70% meat, like trying to keep with the pastas and vegetables, but that has like a lot of protein in it. I used to be vegan for a while. I tried it for like a few weeks, like a month, and I was just dropping weight so fast, but I felt so like frail and weak that I couldn't continue it. And I've also fasted for like a couple days at a time. A while ago, I would do it for like probably like 24 to 36, like 48 hours on a regular basis, like every few weeks or like every month or two. And I couldn't do that for a very long period of time. I wanted to make it up to like 72 hours or a week, but my body, my BMI, my level of nutrition in my body at the time was so low that I couldn't continue for more than 36 hours. So I would have to eat, or I was probably gonna drop. Or I mean, I could have probably okay, bet I could have yeah. I'm about to answer your question, champion. I could have probably went another 24 hours, but it was too risky. I had no money at that time, so I couldn't get all the nutrients that I needed to in order to prolong my fast. But with actual traveling, champion, um, actually that's why I was fasting, and that's why I was changing my diet back then. When I was just speaking about fasting and being vegan, I was doing that because I wanted to clear my mind and my body out enough to make my spirit light enough to be able to travel. And when you say disassociation, do you mean disassociation from my body? Because that's kind of what it could be. True. That's kind of what it can feel like. Is it feels like you're being disassociated from physical reality, I suppose, or just traveling into another reality. I would say because um, but disassociation from like myself and my mind and like me feeling like okay I'm within at least ethereal or some kind of structure and I'm one and whole. I've never had that experience. So usually when I astral travel, let's say I'm sitting here meditating, I have my eyes closed right now, and then like there'll be like wind blowing, if like there's wind blowing over my skin, or I'll start like hearing things like it'll be like little like whispers or something, or like just noises. I don't know what they are, but um, or I'll feel like my body's like moving. I feel like my body's like moving back and forth, and then after about 30, maybe like 10, 20, 30 seconds of that, it'll just like snap. It'll just snap, and I'm like okay. And I feel like everything's different. My body feels different. It feels lighter. It feels like it just feels lighter. It feels like I still have the same body, but it just feels like like 50% lighter at least. And then something will just like it'll just click, and then I'm like, okay, you know, it's basically like changing the frequency on the radio station, and and once and it's trouble. Like you can hear the static while you're going in between the stations, but once you get to the station, you know that you're there. So that's what it's like. It's like me changing from one frequency to another, and all the stuff happening in between. And then when I get to the other frequency, then I was like, okay, boom, I'm there. So usually I open my eyes, and some people when they astral project, they say that they can look around, they can see their body still laying there while their spirit's floating around and stuff. But I've never had that experience. I don't know why. Usually when I turn around, I don't see my body. I just see like an empty bed, and I'm like, okay, I must have taken my body with me, or I'm on a different dimension entirely, and that's not part of my experience right now. And honestly, it used to freak me out because I was like, dang, like I was like, if something happens, I'm like, is this my new reality? Or because there's no body for me to jump back into, like because I'm supposed to be a spirit right now, and my body's supposed to be there for me to jump into it if I feel like the urge to do so. But it's always like I'm on a different plane entirely. So, but I've been like a squirrel before. I was a tiger before. I was a floating ball of light a few times, I guess. And what else? That uh, squirrel, a mouse. I was a mouse. I think I was a bird. I'm not sure if I was a bird before. Yeah, I'm live on Instagram too right now, bro. Um, what's good, JBR? Um, yeah, man. Astral projection is actually really interesting. The one thing I was really trying to actually Do I come across anything negative when traveling? First, let me say the reason I got into astral projection was because when I started meditating, what I wanted to do what I wanted to do was I wanted to have the experience of being able to control the world around me. Like, let's say, not like Thanos, because Thanos is y'all know about Thanos, but let's say if you guys ever seen Guardian of the Galaxy, when they were like being able to control the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when they're on that planet and they could control the whole planet because it was a part of them. Like that's what I wanted to be able to experience. So that's how astral projection ended up becoming part of my experience, and meditation led me to that helped me to have that experience. But do I ever come across anything negative when traveling? At first I used to have, bro. I didn't necessarily. Yeah, at first I did. I don't know whether it's my mentality or what. But when I first all right, I'm gonna go live with you in a minute. Just give me a second. Yep, bet. Give me like 60 seconds, like 30 to 60 seconds. At first, yeah, I used to be fighting demons all the time, bro, or something. Even there were probably projections of my own subconscious. Just me being, let's say, like you're afraid of a spider. There's nothing scary about a spider, but your projection of it being scary makes it so. And so, like, yeah, there was entities that would always like be fighting against and stuff like that. And if they were too powerful, man, I usually if I started fighting them, I would be fighting them the whole dream. So I hated that. So I would have to wake myself up. I'm like, dang man, like I just wasted the whole experience. Like I couldn't get my mind off of this. But without taking any chemicals, I actually most of these experiences were sober, 100% sober. The only experiences that I really had while I was under the influence, or the only chemicals that I was under the influence of when I had these experiences, at the most like cannabis or alcohol. Alcohol because I think it makes me like loosen up, and so it lets my spirit free a little bit more. Cannabis, I don't recollect my dreams as much, and I think I get too self-aware. So I was always like, I'm usually in my body when I have cannabis and stuff like that. But with alcohol, I'm able to travel freely if I'm practicing. It kind of helps a little bit. Hold up, here we go. But yeah, there's I've had while we're on the subject of chemicals and stuff, yeah, I've done psychedelics, LSD, DMT, um, mushrooms. Hello?
You on live?
Yes.
Don't do that shit on live.
What's good, y'all?
Hey, now I wanted to catch you real quick because I'm about to go to work. But I'm all about like more organic ways of boosting my energy and things like that. That's why I said something about the green tea. Put that anise in there. I had a dude that I worked for from Egypt, and he put this shit in everything he drank, dude. And I swear, like it was more like a natural energy, not that groggy. Like even with coffee,
Jesus.
you get that like ginger shit.
Uh huh.
Never got that when I was drinking that stuff.
You said you never got what?
Anise. It looks like a little star. It's a little like a dried herb.
But you said when you were taking it, you never got
Like jittery energy.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay.
it, like with
Right.
coffee, like
Right.
it's very jittery shit like that.
Mhm.
But also, dude, wanted to tell you, chia seeds, dude.
Ooh.
Fucking with the chia seeds. I looked into them and then I started taking them. What you do is you soak them overnight. You get a bottle of water. You fill it about halfway full with water, and put your chia seeds in there. Usually about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and it has manganese in it, which is a lot of people don't know. It's a mineral that we need for our body that very few things have in them, but chia seeds have them in abundance. And then you mix that water after you let it soak overnight with lemon juice and drink that every morning, dude. And that shit, what it does is it helps the body's process of converting fat into energy. It boosts that shit. And if you like stack that shit with like intermittent fasting, dude, you'll notice like a huge difference in the amount of fat you're losing and retaining your muscle. Because that's been a big, huge thing for me was, how am I going to drop my weight and not lose my power?
Right.
So, yeah, dude, fucking check those chia seeds out. But I got to hop off here. I just wanted to shoot you that shit.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right. I'll talk to you later, man. Peace. Thanks, Striking Viking. Make sure you check him out, Striking Viking. Where is he at? Striking Viking _ Street Beast. Beast, if you want to go live, I'm about to invite you, bruh. Let me see what you talking about. But yeah, man. What's up? Working. Yeah. Yeah, I can. Oh, man.
Hey, listen.
Yes.
I got the green tea.
Okay.
My drink, my fire. It's right here. Right here. My drink mix.
All right, y'all. So
it's right here. Look.
Let me get on to
it's lemon, lime, green tea.
Okay. Perfect.
And it makes your pee come out white. It cleans your pee system.
All right, bet. So we got some tea on deck, y'all. I want to show y'all.
This is berry.
Green tea.
Blueberry green tea with lemon lime.
Blueberry green tea. Ooh, with lemon lime. I'm gonna be drinking this. The coffee to get me too awake right now. But yeah, man, talking about all these chemicals and stuff, man. Moderate, definitely moderate. You don't want to get too wasted, but you definitely want to be able to feel it enough to where like you feel loose enough to travel. But yeah, man, talking about chemicals and stuff. Yo, if y'all haven't done DMT, bro, I'm telling you, hands down, one of the most spiritual experiences you will ever have. Now, I've done it in two forms. One, I was on a retreat, and I actually did like the DMT, like the crystals. We just rolled it up with some cannabis and smoked it, bro. I got lifted. And then I also have had ayahuasca, which is a little bit longer lasting. But yeah, man, bro. I think that if you're not a person who takes like supplements or something like that to kind of help you to reach new heights of experience, then you're missing out like crazy, bro. I know Striking Viking was just talking about how to like lose basically like body fat and stuff, bro. I'm like 6% body fat. Like I can't lose no more body fat. I'm trying. Actually, I'm trying. I'm trying to get down like 2 or 3% because I heard a basketball player say he was at 2% body fat. So I'm trying to get to 2%. But at the same time, I'm trying to bulk up in muscle as well. And so I'm not sure if I want to bulk up in fat or if I want to bulk up in muscle. But it's definitely muscle. But it's just easier to bulk up in fat. And I actually do kind of need a bit of fat, I suppose. But yeah, man, psychedelics are the ish. Honestly, I was doing a bunch of blow like these past like a couple weeks ago. But my plug that I used to have, he I don't have his number anymore, and that was like 2 years ago. So like the stuff they have now is not what I was hoping to get, you know. But so I'm definitely done with that because it's not the quality that I'm used to. Yeah, my shit was straight from Colombia, bro. But yeah, I actually I wanted to record this video. I wanted to record a YouTube video today. And this is not like to say that you guys should go out and try this stuff. I'm saying, yeah, take supplements and stuff like that. Do your research. You know, stay on the legal side of your research and everything. But at the same time, yeah, I just want to provide this for information purposes. Oh, true. All right, Striking Viking. So yeah, all right, we're going live with Jacob Beach in the building. Make sure that y'all subscribe to my YouTube at Nighttime Guru. Subscribe to his YouTube. You can find him at Jacob Beach. What's good, bruh? Hey, he got the wake up here.
Yeah, I just woke up.
For sure.
Fucked up. Talking psychedelics, man. I was up for 4 days. This last 4 days.
Oh.
I am done with that shit, my guy.
Which one did you do though?
Mushroom. I was partying.
Oh yeah, bet. True.
Bunch of drugs. Terrible idea.
Yeah, definitely.
But in 4 days, I feel like shit. My body is terrible right now.
Yeah.
You don't need those to reach a higher consciousness.
What'd you say?
You don't need those to reach a higher consciousness.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, they're fun to play
What
around
I'm
with.
saying is, like, it does. It expands your mind. But also, it'll fry your brain.
Yeah.
I did it way too much as a kid. This shit fries you.
Right. Excuse me.
And these last 4 days woke me up.
You said what?
These last 4 days woke me up.
Yeah.
I barely speak. And I spoke